Yo, yo, yo. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good, man? What's good? What's good? Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Get your laughs off. Get your roast off. Come on in. Come on in, LeBron fans, Laker fans, whoever it is. Get your laughs off. It's all good. Ha ha ha. And all that good stuff. I ain't mad at y'all. I am not mad at y'all. Y'all thought I wasn't going to show up, huh? Y'all thought I wasn't going to show up to get roasted. Nah, nah, nah. I showed up. Here I am. Go ahead. Go ahead. Let me have it, bro. It's all good. Make sure y'all check in. Let me know where y'all are coming in from. I had to show up to the scene of the crime, or the crime scene, or whatever you want to call it, after we got our asses body slammed in that game. Shout out to y'all, man. Get your laughs off. Get your laughs off. We're going to get it going in the next 2-3 minutes or so. Let me allow everybody to catch up to the live, and then we're going to get it going. Inglewood, California in the building. New Orleans in the building. Shout out to New Orleans. Ship Kawhi to the Bucks. Who else? Ivory Coast in the building. What else we got? What else we got? Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Maryland in the building. Montreal in the building. Ohio in the building. Philippines. Moscow. Shout out to Moscow. Where else we got? Toronto in the building. H-Town. Shout out to H-Town. Houston, Texas in the building. Ohio in the building. Shout out to y'all. We're going to get it going in the next minute. Let me get my shout outs. What else we got? Dre Prince. Shout out to you in Denver. I'm sure you celebrating. PA, Ohio. Pedro in Brazil. Somebody said Clippers in 5. It's all good, baby. It's all good. Shout out to Clement in Puerto Rico. Sad from Silver Spring, Maryland. Yo, shout out to Silver Spring, Maryland, man. East Texas in the building. I see you. Let's give it 30 more seconds and we're going to get into this roast. Dario from New Zealand. I see you. Somebody said, I'm done with the Clippers. Russ Redemption, baby. Woo, strippers are cooked. Okay. Russ Revenge. Wichita, Kansas. Okay, let's give it 10 more seconds. We're going to get into it. Shout out to Greece. AC24, I see you. Dallas, Texas in the building. Jamaica in the building. Wagwan. Shout out to Jamaica. And who else? Who else? All right, so let's get into this. First of all, congratulations to the Denver Nuggets. They really surprised me. I got to say, congratulations first to the Denver Nuggets. Because given all of the turmoil, shout out to Brooklyn in the building, given all of the turmoil that they went through in the last month of the season, they fired their head coach, Mike Malone. I just didn't think they had enough to regroup. I mean, you basically got an interim coach, and I didn't think they had enough to regroup, honestly. And a lot of people didn't think so. A lot of people thought that Ty Lue had the coaching edge. I thought so too, given his experience and everything. A Denver Diddy party was not what I expected in Game 7. Shout out to Ty and Omega Music. Shout out to you. Shout out to Manhattan. I see you. I just thought Ty Lue had the coaching edge going into this series. A lot of people did. If I was honest with you, I thought the Clippers were going to lose Game 6. Parts of me thought the Clippers would lose Game 6. They were able to pull it out. But if I was honest with y'all, I thought the Clippers would win this game. Especially looking at the first quarter and the first few minutes, I thought the Clippers were going to win this game. But let me talk about the first thing that pissed me off in this game. The first thing that pissed me off was the fact that Dunn, let me make sure I get everybody correct. Let me see. Yeah, Dunn made it on the floor. I thought Dunn should not have stepped foot on the court. Honestly, I just think that was a mistake. I think Ty Lue got it right by starting, what's his name? Derrick Jones Jr., although I would have appreciated if Nicholas Batum started the game. But nevertheless, at least it wasn't Dunn. Because Dunn, although he's a great defender, he is grossly undersized in this series, number one. And number two, he could not hit an open shot to save his life. So I just didn't understand why he was on the floor. The second thing I didn't get was this. Whenever the defense would collapse on Harden or Kawhi, they would always pass the ball to Dunn or somebody. And I'm like, you're doing exactly what Denver wants you to do. If you're Denver, that's the guy that you want taking the shot. You want Chris Dunn. And the Clippers kept on feeding him the ball because, well, they're like, well, he's our teammate. We don't want to hurt his confidence. And I'm like, no, get him off the floor. Ty Lue surprised me this series. Hey, guys, let's try to get these likes up to 200 likes. Ty Lue really surprised me this series. I got to be honest with you. Because in the past, when Ty Lue makes a coaching decision or coaching, adjustment, he doesn't go back on it. I remember when he was playing Pat Bev in that Dallas series. I think like after game 3, he was like, Pat Bev isn't playing. And we didn't see him until the next series against Utah. So for him to continuously play Dunn was just something I didn't understand because he wasn't making shots. He wasn't making shots and he was giving them poor floor spacing. So I didn't understand Ty Lue's decision to do that. Derrick Jones Jr., although he had 12 points, I thought that was fool's gold. Derrick Jones Jr. cannot shoot. He can't shoot. So I don't understand why Ty Lue kept on playing him so many minutes. If I'm them, I would play Nicholas Batum as much as I can and figure it out from there, to be quite honest with you. Maybe he wanted Nicholas Batum to have fresher legs in the second quarter and fourth. I don't know what it was. That didn't work. Number 2, the Clippers made a lot of mental errors. They made a lot of mental errors. I thought they took a lot of stupid shots in that first half. And in the second half, to begin that third quarter, you could see that they were totally demoralized. Totally demoralized. It was over. I mean, the game was pretty much decided in the first 3 minutes of that third quarter. It was done. Dunzo. The minute they went up 15, it was over. It was over. Now, some people say the Clippers choked. I'm not going to say the Clippers choked because there were games in this series that they could have laid down. They didn't lay down. They fought back. But in this game, in Denver, I think it was too much of a psychological hurdle for them to get over. And I think that they packed it in. They were like, we cannot win. And in that second half, they looked rattled. They looked rattled. Let me look at the box score here. Okay, so Kawhi had 22 points. Derrick Jones Jr. had 12. Ivica Zubac had 10 and 14. Norman Powell had 9 points, 2 rebounds. He didn't make a single three. Golly. The Clippers went 8 of 27 from the three-point line. 8 of 27. Norman Powell didn't make a single three. Kawhi Leonard made 3 of them. How many did James Harden have? James Harden had 7 points. 7 points. And watching this series, I now understand why James Harden struggles in the playoffs. I understand why. I never used to pay much attention to James Harden in the past. Now I understand. Hey, guys, let's try to get these likes to 200 likes, guys. Let's try to get to 250 likes. Try to get to 250 likes. I now understand why James Harden struggles in the playoffs. The reason James Harden struggles is because during the regular season, he gets a lot of ticky-tack fouls. He gets a lot of touch fouls. And that allows him to go to the free throw line, get a rhythm, etc., etc., etc. But in the playoffs, when they allow you to play more physical, when the referees are going to swallow the whistle more, James doesn't get the same opportunities to go to the free throw line. And if he's not going to the free throw line, drawing fouls on those step back threes, he can have a game like this where he gets 7 points. 7 points. 7 points. Now, he did have 13 assists. He only made what? 2 field goals and only attempted 8. That's inexcusable. I'm sorry, it's inexcusable. It's inexcusable. You cannot tell me that a person that I think made the all NBA team, didn't James Harden make the all third NBA team or one of those? Did he make an NBA team this year? I know he was an all-star, but did James Harden make an all NBA team? Let me know in the chat. Did he make an all NBA team? Just let me know. I don't remember. Y'all let me know. Anyway, I don't know. I don't think he did, right? I don't know. I don't think he did. You cannot make an all-star game, then show up in a game 7 and drop a goose egg and score 7 points. That was a horrible performance by James Harden. And to be quite honest with you, as I was watching that game, looking at James Harden's demeanor, James Harden looked like somebody that was playing back the narratives of, oh, I choke in the fourth quarter. I disappear in the fourth quarter. It's like almost like as if James looked like it was like, oh my God, it's happening again. That's what it looked like. It was like, oh my God, it's happening again. And he just stopped shooting. He stopped shooting. He took 8 shots in the game, which means that he was shooting about 2 shots a quarter. And you're an all-star. So that's inexcusable. Now, let's get to Kawhi Leonard in the big picture here. Let's get to Kawhi Leonard. I got a lot of thoughts on Kawhi. First of all, congratulations to Kawhi Leonard for finally being able to make it through a healthy playoff run, although it ended in the first round. But nevertheless, he did something that he had been unable to do in the last 5 seasons, right? So shout out to Kawhi Leonard for that. But looking at it now and what was expected of him, I don't think that the Clippers with Kawhi Leonard is going to be good enough to win any championship. I'm a realist. Like, I'm being real here. I'm not like dusty ass Suzette that whenever it happens, even if the Lakers lose, he gonna put JJ Redick and Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves and never puts LeBron James on the thumbnail. He can never do it. You notice the person I put on the thumbnail first, Kawhi Leonard. Who did I say in the first few words? Kawhi Leonard. Suzette can't do that. She can't do it. She too busy having credit cards swiped through her butt cheeks like the tip drill video. Apparently, a lot of people thought that was crazy, that tip drill comment. A lot of people been messaging me like, yo, son, did you actually say tip drill? Well, that's what it is. That's what it is. They just bust open a jar of honey, and then they just swipe the credit card. Wow. Somebody said, wow. Yo, he said, wow. That's what they do, man. Accepted. Exactly. Oh my God, man. Oh my God, man. But anyway, let's get back to this. So back to Kawhi Leonard, man. It feels good to see Kawhi Leonard be healthy, but going into the future, I don't see Kawhi Leonard winning any more championships. I just don't. Another thing that occurred to me while I was watching that game is this. You notice that Kawhi Leonard is 0-2 in the playoffs against Nikola Jokic? I'm going to get the Jokic and all of that later. You notice that Kawhi Leonard is 0-2 against Jokic, and he can't beat him. He can't beat him. This is the second time they've met in the playoffs, and he can't beat him. He cannot beat him. And that really speaks to the greatness of Nikola Jokic. It really does. Now, obviously, this wasn't a Nikola Jokic game. He didn't have a Nikola Jokic. I think he only played, 1 or 2 minutes in the fourth quarter. The game was already out of control. But nevertheless, he was beating him with the pass. What did Nikola Jokic? He didn't play many minutes. He got what? 16 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists. And he didn't even play the fourth quarter. He didn't play the fourth quarter. So I agree with Ty Lue's decision not to play Kawhi and Harden at all in the fourth quarter. You got to ride or die with your best player on the floor. I don't agree. Okay, I don't agree. Shout out to Zeno Omega for that. Yeah, I just think that Ty Lue was looking at the game. He looked at his starters and saw that they couldn't do anything for 3 straight quarters. And was like, what's the point? Like, am I just going to keep them out there and just let them get embarrassed? Because that's what was going to happen. Right? Somebody said, where was James Harden? Nobody knows. Nobody knows where James Harden was, bro. Now, I've only been to California one time. I don't know if California got a strip club scene over there. I hope James Harden is not on his way to the next strip club, because James Harden has a history of losing in the playoffs, and then the next thing you do, you see him in the strip club. I just hope that he doesn't mourn this game in a strip club. But let's get to the aspect of the Denver Nuggets. Denver's a tough team, man. Denver is a very, very tough team. And I got to be honest with you. The Clippers are a damn good team. The Clippers are a damn good basketball team. So for Denver to beat them in 7 with basically an interim coach shows you that the Denver Nuggets are for real. I was watching the game and I heard a stat that the Denver Nuggets, 3 out of the last 4 years, their starting 5 has been the best starting 5 in basketball. I heard that the Denver Nuggets starting 5 has been the best starting 5 in basketball. What, 2 or 3 out of the last 4, 2 out of the last 3 years. So Denver is formidable. I had gotten all of my playoff picks right up until this point. All of them. This is the first pick I got wrong. I still pick Houston to beat Golden State. We're going to see the game 7. But this is a tough series. It was a tough series, better opponent. And I don't think the Clippers yes, the Clippers should be disappointed, but they lost to a damn good team. I mean, let's just be for real. They lost to a damn good team. A damn good team. And if I'm being honest with you, looking at the playoffs right now, I think the 2 best teams in the Western Conference right now that are left is Denver and OKC. Those are the 2 best teams. And the Clippers lost to one of them. They lost to Denver, and they lost. It's Denver and OKC. Let's get to the next series, because I want to talk about that. I got some thoughts about that. I think that this next series may even be better than this last series. I'm being for real. I think this next series has the potential to be even better than this last series. And I'm going to tell you why, for a few reasons. Number one, the storylines. You're going to have the 2 top MVP candidates in SGA and Nikola Jokic going head-to-head in a 7-game series. Best of 4, whatever series. That's already theater. Number 2, you got Nikola Jokic and these guys trying to get back to the throne, and OKC trying to prove that they're the best team. And I think this is going to be a series for the record books. And I think that whoever comes out of this series is going to the finals. Let me repeat. Whoever wins this series between Denver and OKC, whoever that is, that team is going to the NBA Finals, folks. Hey, guys, let's try to get these likes up to 300 likes. They're going to the finals. If OKC wins, they're going to the finals. If Denver wins, they're going to the finals. And if Denver beats OKC, you got to now start looking at this playoff run like, yo, Denver beat some legitimate teams to get to the Western Conference Finals. If they could get through the West, just to give you an example, and beat the Clippers in round 1, beat OKC in round 2, possibly beat Houston or Golden State in round 3, that's crazy. Now, if OKC made it to the finals, I wouldn't be mad. And I'm going to tell you why. The NBA needs a young, fresh face to be in the finals. If I'm being honest with you. If I'm being honest with you, the NBA right now needs one of its younger players, its younger stars, to be in the NBA finals. And I wouldn't be mad if I saw finals between OKC and the Boston Celtics. I would not be mad. I think if we saw a series between OKC and Cleveland, it will be one of the most entertaining series. I'm telling you guys right now. If OKC and Cleveland get to the finals, it will be, mark my words, one of the most entertaining NBA Finals series probably since Golden State Cleveland. I'm being serious because those two teams can execute at a very, 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 very high level. Both of those two teams. They're both great on offense. They're both great on defense. Somebody just said Ant-Man coming. Now, hold up. Who's Denver playing next? Isn't it OKC? Right, it's OKC, right? Denver's playing OKC next, right? Yes, they're playing OKC, and I think Minnesota is going to play the winner between Houston and Golden State. Exactly. I don't know why I got confused for it. I don't know why I got confused. Yeah, Ant-Man is really good, man. I think look, I think the NBA wins if it has these players or teams in the finals. This is just my opinion. SGA, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, Anthony Edwards, or Donovan Mitchell or the Cavs. I think so. Now, obviously, they're not the Lakers or those other teams, but I personally want to see I want to see some fresh faces in the finals. I think Ant-Man would probably be the most talked about one because of his quotes and all the stuff he's going to be saying. I think that would be great, but I wouldn't be mad if SGA got there. I wouldn't be mad if Donovan Mitchell got there. In terms of narratives and legacy, if Joker gets to the finals, I think that would be like a big one in terms of like legacy. Where does Joker rank and all of that? And he wins. I think that would happen for Joker. That's what I think. I think for Joker, it would be a different thing. I don't think it would be as like a big of a deal as it would be for just NBA fans in general to watch those other teams. Joker's more established. Ant-Man is up and coming. SGA is up and coming. Donovan Mitchell been around for a minute, but he's kind of up and coming. So those are the new fresh faces. I wouldn't mind seeing them. Anthony Edwards, I wasn't necessarily a fan of his, but he has parts of his game and his attitude and his bravado that's kind of Jordan Kobe-esque, although he a little bit more ratchet. Let's keep it a buck. Ant-Man is a little bit more ratchet than Jordan and Kobe. Like, Ant-Man is on the ratchet side of things. Jordan and Kobe, they had an edge. They were raw, but Ant-Man will say something like, and he would just be like, yo, did this dude just say that? You saw the thing that he was arguing with the Lakers fan. He was like, I got 300 million and my D is bigger than yours. I'm like, yo, bro, what are you even saying right now? I'm like, yo, what are you even saying right now? So in terms of that, Ant-Man is on his own kind of style. He's raw. I mean, he's raw. So that's something else. But in terms of his attitude, his competitiveness, he'll talk trash to you. Oh, that's very Jordan and Kobe-esque. Yes, it is. He has attitude. And don't get it twisted. Ant-Man is trying to play down the Michael Jordan comparisons, but he really loves it. Go look at how Ant-Man dresses. He wears the same shoulder brace to where Kobe and Jordan used to wear it, and he wears the same leg foot brace or whatever, the same way Kobe used to wear it. His jersey ain't tight. His jersey is baggy on him. He know what he doing. He just trying to downplay it and let his game talk for him. But he know what he doing. He knows what he's doing, and I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him. My only thing is, if you're going to be compared to Kobe and Jordan, you got to do something. I mean, you got to do something. It's a lot more than being Kobe and Jordan, like by just playing well. Now you gotta accomplish some things. And I'm not just talking about one championship. Ant-Man run off a quick 2. Okay, now you got me. That's why I was getting pissed off when people were comparing Devin Booker to Kobe. I'm like, how can you compare Devin Booker to Kobe? Devin Booker never even sniffed an all NBA defensive team. How are you comparing him to Kobe, please? Devin Booker is not even known for playing any type of defense. Like, I'm lost. So Ant-Man is more in that lane. I would agree with people. He plays defense. He's ultra competitive. He's not as big as those guys, but he's really good. Somebody said James Harden 7 points. Bro, I don't know what to say about James Harden, man. I don't know what to say. I just think that the Clippers championship window, I think, is closing, or I think is closed. I just think that they're better teams in the West. I just think so. Some people have talked about Ty Lue. Should Ty Lue go? The question is, if Ty Lue goes, for who? Who are you going to replace Ty Lue for? They just gave him a contract extension. Who are you going to replace him for? The only other person I can think of is what? Mike Malone? Maybe like a Mike Malone? That's about it. You know, but they both have accomplished just as much. They're both championship coaches, but they just gave Ty Lue a vote of confidence by giving him a contract extension. Hey, guys, let's try to get these likes to 350 likes. So what are we going to do? Ty Lue's a great coach, but I don't think Ty Lue can go out there and cause James Harden to have a game where he scores 7 points. I mean, let's be for real. That's not Ty Lue's fault that James Harden scored 7 points. It's not Ty Lue's fault that Chris Dunn was missing shots all over the damn arena. That's not Ty Lue's fault. It's not Ty Lue's fault that at one point in the season, Norman Powell was looking like an all-star, and then ever since All-Star break, he looked like a good role player. He was supposed to be a legitimate scoring threat. He wasn't. Now, I got to give a lot of props to Ivica Zubac. Shout out to Ivica Zubac, man. I got no complaints from Ivica Zubac. First of all, Ivica Zubac did a fantastic job on Nikola Jokic this series. He was actually guarding him man-to-man. Man-to-man. Just think about how hard it is to guard Nikola Jokic. He was guarding him man-to-man. So shout out to Ivica Zubac. I have no complaints about him. None whatsoever. In terms of the Clippers' future, I don't think they really have much. They don't have much beyond the fact that they're going to be a good team, but there will be a playoff team, but I don't see them coming out of the West even next season. James Harden is going to be a year older. Kawhi Leonard is going to be a year older. I think next season is James Harden's last season with the Clippers in terms of his contract. And then what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You know, so what are you going to do? I think that's it. I think the Clippers had a good run. Their championship window was open. I think that the 2 years they could have won a championship was 2020, 2021, possibly 2023 when Kawhi was looking good that year. But then apart from that, that's it, man. The best time the Clippers had a chance to win a championship was in 2020 and 2021. And the opportunity is gone. Now you got teams like Denver. Kawhi's not washed. He came back. He looked really good. He's not washed. You got Denver. You got OKC. You got all these other teams and all of that. So, nah, man, I think that, their time came and went. Now, I could be proven wrong, but their time came and went. They have a very good team, but sometimes it's just not your time no more, man. It's just not your time no more. somebody said Kawhi to the Warriors. I don't see Kawhi leaving the Clippers. I don't see Kawhi Leonard leaving the Clippers. And I don't really see anybody wanting to come to the Clippers. The only thing that would stun me is if like Giannis says he wants to join the Clippers. Then I'll be like, yo, what the hell is going on? Like if Giannis decides to join the Clippers, that would probably break the world. But Giannis seems to be a very loyal dude. And I don't really see it. I don't really see Giannis leaving Milwaukee. Right? I don't think Giannis, unless he feels like he has no shot at winning in Milwaukee. I don't think that Giannis will be what's the word? I don't think the attraction of LA would attract Giannis the way it would attract another player. I've seen videos of Giannis. Giannis says LA is too expensive for him. Believe it or not. I mean, obviously he's being funny, but Giannis is cheap. Let me not say Giannis is cheap. Giannis is careful with money. And the videos I've seen of Giannis in LA, he's like, man, this place is too expensive for me. It's hilarious, but that's what he was saying. I think he went out to dinner. He's like, this place is too expensive for me and it's too loud. Now, Milwaukee, what's the damn state that Milwaukee is in? Is it Wisconsin? Isn't it Wisconsin? Y'all can laugh. 50 damn state, I forgot. Isn't it Wisconsin? Milwaukee, isn't it Wisconsin? Wisconsin, exactly. I've been to Wisconsin. Let me see. The game showed why Russell Westbrook was needed on the Clippers instead of Harden. Yeah. Bro, Russell Westbrook can have some boneheaded plays from time to time, and Son can turn into a bricklayer out there, man. He could turn into a Freemason out there. Son can start laying some serious bricks. But I appreciate the super chat. I've been there one time. Now, I went there in the summertime. Yo, I don't know if there's anybody from Wisconsin watching this show. Yo, Wisconsin was dumb hot. That place was dumb hot. Like mad humid. I was like, yo, what is this? I was like, yo, what is this? I'm like, why is this place so hot? I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. But anyway, to my point. When you think about places to go to, most people would think the bigger cities, but Giannis ain't attracted to that. So I don't see, Giannis seems to be perfectly content where he is. So unless they're going to get a big star, I don't really see anybody coming to the Clippers, man. I really don't. I really, really don't, unless something happens. Now, Steve Ballmer is Steve Ballmer. He got the deepest pockets in all of sports. I don't know if you guys heard. The dude bought 120 Clipper fans round trip tickets. Not only did he buy them 120 tickets, he also paid for all of their hotels, and he bought 120 seats in the arena, bought all of them clothes to wear the chair and do all of that stuff. So Steve Ballmer, I mean, money is not an issue for that dude. Like, clearly. Like, I mean, Steve Ballmer must be worth, what, 100 billion? He got to be worth 100 billion. I mean, it's stupid. It's stupid stuff, right? So that was it for the Clippers, man. It was a great season, but I think the better team ultimately won out. And congratulations to the Denver Nuggets, man. They were just a better team. And they surprised the hell out of me. I didn't think they would be able to play this well, be coached this well, execute this well, and make it to the next round. I just didn't see that. But hey, it's a 4 and 5 matchup, so you knew a 4 and 5 matchup would be close, and it was. Right? Freemason or Brick Mason? Oh, Brand, I messed it up. I don't know. I think it's Brick Mason. Is that what they call him? A Brick Mason? Somebody said closest thing to MJ is he not the closest. Ant-Man ain't the closest thing. Yo, I think I'm being dead serious. I think the primary reason that they compare Ant-Man to Michael Jordan, and I'm being dead ass serious with you right now, is because he's dark skinned. If you look at their games, yo, nobody looked like Jordan, really. The closest thing we ever had to Jordan was Jordan like in the second half of his career when he was on his second three-peat and when he turned into this mid-range assassin. The other Jordan, Ant-Man don't look nothing like him. Kobe didn't look nothing like him. And Kobe's my favorite player, but nobody, not Kawhi. No. Maybe defensively, Kawhi Leonard, yes, I'll give you that, defensively. But in terms of like overall, no. Nobody looked like Jordan. Nobody. No. That dude is something else. Like, go look at Jordan highlights. It's something else. It's not. I tell you, sometimes I watch Jordan highlights and like videos of him. Jordan, the way Michael Jordan moves, it's not like any basketball player I've ever seen. It's not normal. It's really not normal. His hang time, his creativity, his body control, there's nobody. There's nobody. Ant-Man can dunk. Yes. So can Jordan. But in terms of the overall game, it's not even close. I'm sorry. No, Jordan is something else. It's like Jordan is it's like trying to say somebody reminds you of LeBron James. Nobody reminds you of LeBron James. LeBron has a very unique style of play. Like, who reminds you of LeBron? Nobody. I'm talking about like a prime LeBron when he was in Cleveland. That LeBron, there's nobody. Who? There's nobody. There's nobody that reminds me of that dude. Let me read this comment here. Oh God, did I miss? Okay, he said the game showed us. Okay, no. Somebody else just said appreciate the super chat, and he said besides those 120 Clipper fans behind the basket, I saw 2 Clipper fans in the arena. He said I was the only Clippers fan in my set. Oh, okay, you went to the game. Yo, shout out to you, man. Somebody else said James Harden is now easily the biggest all-star caliber big name choker in NBA history. Never shows up when you're in it. Yeah, James, man. James lived up to his legacy. James lived up. Somebody said, finally giving praise to LeBron. Nah, look. I've already said. Y'all don't understand. Let me break down the LeBron thing again, because somebody said finally giving props to LeBron. LeBron James, I had him ranked as the 4th best player ever. The 4th ever. He was in my top 5, solidified. Why? Because son was dumb nice when he was in Cleveland and when he first got to the NBA. He was dumb nice. I'm not refuting that. There was nobody like him in the open court. The way he would finish, like especially after the whistle, LeBron had this touch where he could drive to the basket. He will lay the ball up, like throw it to the basket. He will be out of the play, and the ball still would roll in the rim. There was nobody I used to see that could do that. Nobody, right? His athletics. So I thought younger LeBron was incredible. And I'm being honest with you, I thought the LeBron in Cleveland, this is just my opinion, looked better as a player than the LeBron in Miami. Now, people say that's Heat Miami, a prime LeBron in Miami. I didn't like LeBron. Maybe it was the jersey or the headband. I don't know. I just thought that he looked like a better player in Cleveland in the first time. Then the second half in Cleveland, he was spectacular. Now, what caused me to remove LeBron out of my top 5? Again, it's not because he's not a great player, apart from the lose and all that. Not that. The most was the antics. If LeBron didn't have the antics to go along with his game, then he would be more tolerant. It's the antics I can't deal with. I never said he was a bad player. I never said, now some people feel that. I never said that. When they were having that conversation of Stephen Curry being better than LeBron, I'm like, yo, this is crazy. And I'm like, I find myself defending LeBron against Curry. I'm like, this is crazy. But, so I just wanted to say that. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Yeah, Jordan was something like unlike anything. Ant-Man is unique, but there ain't nobody like, nah, come on. Kobe, my favorite player. And I think Kobe had a better handle. He was a better jump shooter. He was very creative. I think Kobe was a little bit more skilled in terms of the shots, but overall, nah, bro. Nah. Nah. Jordan is Jordan. Kawhi is Kawhi, but Jordan is Jordan. And I don't know. Ant-Man could possibly be, but for Ant-Man to even for us to even talk about Ant-Man and Jordan, we got to talk about Ant-Man and Kobe first. And you got a long way to go. You're talking about like generational talent players. Like those guys are very few. They're very, very few. If Kawhi had a better big man, he would have won. I thought Ivica Zubac was a great big man. I thought Ivica Zubac played very well this series. It's just that James Harden went up there and stunk up the joint in Game 7, scoring 20 points. What the hell am I supposed to do with that? He made 2 field goals. 2. Now, obviously, that wasn't the whole game, but damn. Kawhi only attempted 13 shots. How can you attempt 13 shots? It's almost like you ever seen them movies when it's like a shootout and you got like 20 people shooting at you? How many shots can you return when you got 20 people shooting at you? How many? They're like, Kawhi should have shot. How? He was trying to dodge bullets. He was just like popping one there, popping the other one there. They was raining down on him. What was he supposed to do? I think Kawhi shot as many as he could before he didn't want to get sniped out there. So to me, man, I think Kawhi did the best that he could, but you know, it is what it is. The series is over. I thought the Clippers would do better. They didn't. And it is what it is. Dreamers Pro, why was people saying Harden was greater than D Wade? Who said Harden was greater than? It must have been. If anybody said that, it sounded like something Stephen A. Smith would say. That sounds like something Stephen A. Smith or James Harden. James Harden is better than D Wade. James Harden is better than D Wade. Yo, let's stop. D Wade. James Harden is absolutely not better than D Wade. Absolutely not better. D Wade is in a different tier than James Harden. Regular season James Harden, yeah, he's incredible. But regular season D Wade was too. And I'm sorry, James Harden was incredible or is incredible, whatever. But James Harden was allowed to travel more than American Airlines, bro. That dude used to travel with that step back. He used to travel a lot, and they never called it. But D Wade was something else, bro. Number one, D Wade was ultra competitive. D Wade would go at Kobe. He used to go at Carmelo. He used to go at LeBron. He was super competitive, number one. Number two, D Wade was a damn good defender, especially for his size. And let's not forget the fact that D Wade leads all shooting guards in NBA history in blocks. And he was a finals MVP. Nah, D Wade was that dude, man. I don't think James Harden can even touch him. Predictable outcome run 2 at Kawhi, Harden, and Powell. Big letdown. Yeah, they were double teaming Kawhi Leonard. What do you think Kawhi needs to win? I think Kawhi Leonard. I hear my thoughts. I think that. Hold on, let me just read. Is it the same person? Yeah. I think that. I hear my thoughts. I think Harden had carried the load for the season, carrying the Clippers, but I didn't like the fact that the Clippers still did not have a hierarchy in their offense. I think Ty Lue and these guys got lost in the sauce. And they bought into this thing of the equal opportunity offense. And I think when you have a player like Kawhi, it doesn't work. If you if you look at Kawhi Leonard, when he won with the Toronto Raptors, he was the unquestioned number one option. Pascal Siakam was a distant 2, second option. And then you had everybody else. He had a legitimate point guard in Fred VanVleet. Shout out to Fred VanVleet. Son is balling. Son is showing his veteran leadership. Son is mad competitive. Fred VanVleet is keeping the Hughes. Like, shout out to Fred VanVleet. Son is a real champion. Shout out to Kyle Lowry. So was he, but he was on the older side. Kawhi Leonard needs a quintessential point guard that understands how to run the point properly. I think that he needs a second option, not somebody on the level like of a Paul George, but somebody on the level like, let me think, who are some players that would fit the bill? Like a Desmond Baines, Pascal Siakam, Julius Randle, like that level. Not a guy that is a number 2 that thinks he's a number 1. Is a guy that's a number 2 that knows he's a number 2, but fulfills his role perfectly. That's the kind of second starter he needs. Because when I watch this game and some of these games, all too often you see Kawhi Leonard standing in the sideline. Standing on the corner. And it will go on for like 1, 2, 3, 4 plays before he gets a shot. That wasn't how it worked out in Toronto, because a good point guard would get their best player the ball. Now, I don't think Josh Hart is good enough. So that's what he needs. James Harden is like a 2 guard masquerading as a 1. He plays the 1 because he can assist the ball, but he has the mentality of a 2 guard. He wants to shoot. Another thing with James is his handle isn't as sharp as it used to be. And James Harden gets stripped a lot. And he also has a lot of mental lapses with lackadaisical passes, not really getting back on defense, stuff like that. So James is a great player, but I think James is at his best when he's the number 1 option of a team. But the problem is he's not that anymore. He's not that. I think the Clippers would be better suited if James Harden averaged like 17, 18 a game, but like 12, 13 assists a game, as opposed to 22 a game and like 8. I don't think it works. That's just me. Right? Because Kawhi is a legitimate number 1 option. And he's more efficient than Harden. So, us discussing this question, it then comes down to, will the Clippers and Lawrence Frank make any moves? I don't think so. Because I think they're going to look at what James did and say, well, how can we get rid of James? And to be quite frank with you guys, to be fair to James Harden, when Kawhi was out during the season, he kept the team afloat. When Kawhi came back and he was low managing games, James still played. He still played. So you got to give him that. But I think they need Kawhi is better than Jordan. I think they need probably a better point guard. I think they got a good enough defense, big man. I like Nicholas Batum. I think Chris Dunn is good, but he's undersized. Derrick Jones Jr., I would keep him. Ben Simmons, no. If Ben Simmons was aggressive and would want to shoot, yes, I would keep Ben Simmons, but Ben Simmons has shown the ability to not give a damn about shooting. And that's the primary reason Ben Simmons wasn't on the floor this series. Had nothing to do with his defense because Ben Simmons is a great defender. Not a good defender, a great defender. Great defender, especially for what the Clippers like to do, which is switch. Show hard, switch. He's a great defender. But the problem is he is not a threat on offense. And because he's not a threat, he literally hurts his team. One, when he's open, and two, because of his lack of aggressiveness to attack, it makes it harder for his teammates to get easier shots and their shooters. All because of his unwillingness to be aggressive. That's the problem with Ben Simmons. That's why when I was looking at one of his twerking ass supporters online, they'd be up there with Suzette and them, talking about, man, you don't know nothing about basketball. Ben Simmons doesn't need to shoot. He doesn't need to shoot. I'm like, really? He don't? Ben Simmons don't need to shoot? Ben Simmons was getting paid $30 million a year to just run up and down the floor and get assists. He's not being paid to shoot? Really? He's being paid all that money to not be to not develop his game? Like, who are we kidding here? Ben Simmons didn't even play tonight. Why would he? You know he's not going to shoot. Can he defend? Yes, but you know he's not going to shoot. And if he goes to the free throw line, he'll probably bust the backboard with a brick. With a brick or something. So Lawrence Frank and these guys are going to have to make decisions. But whatever decisions they make, they're going to have to be like, it's going to have to be like an overhaul. A real overhaul. And I don't see Kawhi Leonard leaving. I think James Harden, is this James Harden's last year of his contract? Let me check. Can somebody pull it up? Let me see. James Harden Clippers contract. So he's on a 2-year deal. And he signed a 2-year deal contract in 2024, 2025. So when does this contract expire? I think it expires this year. Okay, he has a 1-year option. Okay, he has a 1-year player option. He's not going to opt out. I mean, he's not going to leave. He's going to pick up the option. He's not going to leave. He's going to pick up that option. How much did they offer him? They gave him a $70 million contract for 2 years. He's not leaving. He's not leaving that money on the table. Or they're going to have to find somebody else that would pick up the option, or he would, or what is it? They will sign him and then trade him. But who the hell is going to want to pay James Harden 30-something million in a year? Who wants to do that? He will get traded. Who will pay him? Who will want him? No, hell no. Trae Young, hell no. Hell no, please no. That's even worse. That dude don't even know what defense look like. Hell no. That'll be a disaster. Hell no. Not who. The question is, who wants him? The question, who wants him? Who wants him? So, if you, Charles, if I know you're ready for that, yo, son, let me tell you. Shout out to my man Nick. He said, "Are you ready for the Knicks versus?" Yo, I'm trying to get a game to the ticket. Get a ticket to the game. I'm trying to get a ticket to one of those games in New York. That's how ready I am. That is how ready I am. I'm trying to be in the Garden for either game 3 or game 4. You already know. You already know. Yo, you already. That's the Shout out to my New Yorkers. You already know. Not even before you get into MSG, just outside the building, the amount of people that's going to be talking SHI. You know what? You're going to have so many people that are not even going to be in the Garden, in the game, outside talking hella spicy. You already, just to be there for that. Nah, man. If I can get a ticket, I'm definitely trying to go. I'm not doing no live from MSG. Hell, no, I'm not doing no live from MSG, man. But I definitely want to go to that game. Definitely. Absolutely. I'm gonna be in New York next week. So absolutely. I'm gonna try to get a ticket. If it's too expensive, that's a dub. I'm not messing with it. Y'all want me to go to that game? Y'all better hit me up with some real super chats because them tickets is looking. Let me see. How much is it? Let me see. Let me see. Knicks. Let me see. Knicks. Celtics. Let me see. How much the tickets? Celtics. Ticket. Let me see. Ticket. Let me see. How much are they selling them tickets for? I'm definitely going to use Game Time. That's for sure. But I just want to see. Let me see. Y'all know how much them tickets is going for? What day are they playing in New York? Is it Saturday? Nah, don't tell me it's Saturday. How much is the tickets? Let me see. I'm just checking on yeah, they're gonna be super expensive. Let me see. I've never been to a Knicks game, so let me see. Accept all. How much they selling these tickets for? Let me see. I don't know. I can't really. It says seat map. I got to use the app. Anyway, I'm gonna see. Over 300. I said, "Where's the honey sponsor?" I actually thought about that. I'm actually thinking about a honey sponsor. He said it's about front row is $200. That's for row 4 is two. I thought you said front row got to be something crazy. Hell no. Somebody said 1K. I don't know. I got to check. I probably, who knows, man? I don't know. We'll see. But I'm definitely going to try to get a ticket to the game. But anyway, guys, that was the season. It is what it is. Great run for the Clippers. They got beat by a better team. Somebody said, Charles, you got to stop twerking it up for Kawhi just after 1 or 2 good games. Son is nice. I mean, come on, let's be for real. Son is nice. Nikola Jokic didn't have like the best games all throughout the series. That don't change the fact that he's still that dude. Playoffs always cost more. Yeah, for sure. For sure. He said front row with Tracy Morgan. Nah. You saw what happened to Tracy? Nah. Hell no. Knicks ain't going nowhere. Eastern Conference. Yo. I think that's like the NBA's last hope, man. I think it's the Knicks. No. I think the NBA got their hopes in the Knicks, the Celtics, and the Warriors. Those are like the 3 big name teams that I think the NBA wouldn't mind seeing in the I think if the Knicks went to the finals, I think it would be great for basketball. To be honest with you, I think it would be great for basketball if the Knicks went to the finals. I really believe so because you got a lot of fans out there. You got a lot of real fans out there. So they really appreciate basketball. So somebody say you're gonna throw it violently. Hope we spoil that. Nah, we're gonna have to see. But anyway, guys, man, appreciate you guys for being a part of the live. We had a lot of fun. And let's keep these playoffs going. I showed up. I took my licks. And I'm out. Y'all have a good one. Peace.